Hi, and welcome to our Redeemer family and anyone else who happens to be watching. All of you know now that we have a new assistant to the rector, the Reverend Rigby, and we thought we'd have an opportunity here, since COVID has limited our interaction in person, to get to know her a little bit better here. So, Grace, welcome. We're incredibly happy to have you here at Redeemer. Tell us a little, where did you grow up, and other than Virginia, where have you lived?
So I grew up in Williamsburg, Virginia, which is not too far from here. And I lived there with my family, so my mom and my stepdad, and I have an older sister who actually currently lives in Richmond, which is really convenient. And my family really values being on the water, which was perfect because we were in the Tidewater area. And so I spent my summers swimming in the York River and the James River, and we also went camping a lot, so really getting to be with my family and getting a sense of place. It's nice to be finally back here in Virginia in this area.
So this is a treat to kind of feel like you're coming home. You went to seminary from Williamsburg. You were at Bruton Parish when you were at William and Mary. And so you went to seminary where?
I went to Berkeley Divinity School at Yale Divinity School, which was in New Haven, Connecticut. And other than Connecticut, I've lived in North Carolina, which in Durham, North Carolina, where I worked for a nonprofit. And then while I was in college, a lot of my friends went and studied abroad in Europe and in Asia, and I decided that I would go study abroad in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
But then the beautiful mountains, and so I lived and backpacked for a good solid 3 months out there. So I consider I lived there too.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome. That's something actually I didn't even know. I've known some of this other stuff, but I didn't know that. So share us, I don't want you to have to tell your whole call story, but a little bit of how you felt called into ordained ministry.
So, like you said, I was a member of Bruton Parish, and I was a member of their Episcopal campus ministry while I was in college.
Okay.
And I really felt my call to ordain ministry when I was an EMT. So I volunteered with our local fire department, and while we were on calls, I felt this strong need to be there for patients' spiritual needs in addition to their physical needs. And that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and I felt like I couldn't ignore my call anymore. And so here I am a couple years later.
So now you've also done, as we just mentioned, gone through the process of going to seminary and all of that process of going through all the diocesan requirements and all that sort of thing. And now you've been ordained as a transitional deacon, and for those people who don't completely understand the process, the canons say you have to do that for at least 6 months, and then there will be a decision about being ordained to the priesthood. But that being said, you're now in ministry as an ordained person. What excites you about ministry?
I am just so excited about being with people and walking with them on their faith journey with God, and to have people come together and gather in church to learn more about God, and to then take what they learned and to be fed with the sacraments and to go out into the world. And that is just incredibly exciting to me. I'm also very interested in creation care, which is another way of saying how do we care for the environment and the space around us. As a transitional deacon, I am excited to assist our bishop and you and other priests in the diocese with proclaiming the gospel and assisting in the sacraments, also serving those who are in need.
And those are wonderful aspects of sort of your excitement in general about being ordained, but then I want to hone it down to what is your role so that folks can know. Your experience in college, I think, led to one of these, but what is your role here at Redeemer?
So I am the assistant to the rector, which means that I am assisting you in both liturgical and pastoral duties of the church. I will be preaching, I will be assisting you at the altar, and I am going to be participating in parish life as best I can while we're in COVID-19. But I'm really here to just be and serve and to assist. I will be focusing on 2 different areas, pastoral care and outreach, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, and as we have discussed, she has great passion for those 2 areas of ministry, but like you said, we're really all in this together in a more complete way, so I'm glad that you included that. Is there anything else that you want, just personally or otherwise, folks at Redeemer to know about Grace?
Well, I think like we mentioned in the Sunday service, I just am really excited to meet more people here, to get to know everybody, and it'll be creative and different during COVID-19, but I'm just so excited to begin this ministry with everyone here and to see where it can go. We're in a really great spot with all these different possibilities, and I just think it's great.
Well, I'm glad to hear you use the word excited so many times, because that's exactly what I know many of the folks who are out there, if you will, are feeling as well. And I know I am, and we have been for some time, knowing that you were coming, because we are in an exciting place, I think, at Redeemer, and there are great things to come.